Pretty medium minus start. Opponent's playing some kind of brew. Theros in constructed is interesting. Not a whole lot going on here. Pretty easy replays. No turn 2 play, no turn 1 play. His hand has both of our thresholds in it and a MC on 2, so it's not to love. What's going on, Immortal? Coin on 1 here. Let's get this a little bigger. Sorry, I'm still sneezing a lot. Plaguing children. So Pool of Wrath's kind of interesting with Theros. This conjures Underworld Troops for them every turn, so basically they're going to get an extra charge every turn towards their Theros, should they want it. Dormant one, sure. A lot of constants on their side of the board. Would love to draw a copy of what's it called? Darkheart here. I guess we could theoretically just kill them pretty quickly here, right? It's the best way to get into Hex. It depends on what you enjoy playing. They have the thing I always recommend for people is that they have a completely free to play PvE experience. So if you aren't quite sure if you're going to be up for playing Hex or if you're going to enjoy the mechanics, I would definitely recommend just like giving the PvE a try, just get a feel for the mechanics of the game. Then if you're looking to dive right into the PvP portion of it, you can either just pick up a cheap constructed deck and play the ladder. The ladder is completely free to play on if you have a standard constructed deck, or you could just go ahead and spend a little bit of money and dive into some of their limited formats. If you're interested in picking up a cheaper constructed deck, I have a couple deck lists here. If you're interested in just learning the basic rules of the game, I have an article here that talks about that as well. Huh. So they didn't play anything this turn, which is a little odd, right? It feels like they're holding up removal for my Ruiner Hierophant, so I don't really want to move in on my Grandfather Elk ability because losing this +3/+3 is a pretty big deal. I think I'm going to lean on Riftwarp Badger here because when this comes into play, it's going to give my Ruiner Hierophant +1/+1. And I'm going to go ahead and attack with both of these nerds here. My Ruiner deals double damage here, so if this just connects just regularly, if they don't have a piece of removal, they're going to... Yep, correctly identified that they had a piece of removal there. I'm going to go ahead and attack with my MC here, which is going to continue buffering my resources. Every time MC attacks, I gain a permanent and temporary resource. Go ahead and play this Blamsmith out here, just going pretty wide. My Riftwarp Badger is socketed, so every time it attacks, we draw a card that we have to play this turn. So if MC keeps diligencing and this Riftwarp Badger gets to start attacking, we're just going to generate a lot of advantage here. And if you have any questions, Vile Offspring, always feel free to ask here in chat. Gorge of the Gore God. Okay, so getting kind of punished here. If I would have left up Blitz, I could have protected my MC, but MC already drew 2 cards, so it's not... That's definitely one of the better hits. Because it leaves behind a Depth Crawler here that they get to keep. Alright, so... Yeah, right. I think we're going to lead on attacking with both of these because this draws a card when it attacks, so I want to see what we draw before I make a decision on what I'm playing out here. We drew a resource. Okay, that's decent for us. Am I willing to trade here, or do I want to blitz? I think I'm willing to just trade here. That's fine. So we can play this Animus out. Maybe I was supposed to go Animus MC. Like, just because I was going to have, like, it would have made my thing big enough to attack through their thing profitably. I don't know, I think the upside if we, like, draw a Darkheart with the Riftwarp Badger is worthwhile there, though. It's a 4-1. So now this will die, and this will turn into an unbound one. Oh, actually, this is really funny. So the Flufftail Cloud Killer, when we play it, it battles each opposing troop with flight, which means this will deal damage back to the Flufftail Cloud Killer, which is going to turn it back into the dormant one here, which is pretty fantastic for this. So kind of mixed feelings of what my opponent has going on and like what I want to be doing. I kind of want the extra Dark Heart because they have all these constants in their deck, but at the same time, I'm not really a fan of the extra Dark Heart because they have Hero Fall in their deck. I'm not actually sure I want to board anything based on what I saw. Maybe the blitzes or the aspect of the squirrels aren't stellar against removal, but like I really don't have any extra. Maybe I just want to like board in an extra altar of Nolzan, but like the fact that they're playing Theros makes me feel like they probably have some like bursty go wide draws. So I think I'm just gonna hit submit for now and see. Like my opponent's playing a bit of a brew, so I'm not quite sure what exactly we're playing against or what we should be playing around. This hand's like medium minus. It's worth keeping. I feel like I could do better at 6. It's like just a Blamsmith. I'm gonna try for something more aggressive here. Century into Runir into Animus. Sign me up. That's great. I don't know, it depends on if Magic Online comes up at a reasonable time. I was planning to start with Magic today and then do Hex after, but Magic Online apparently doesn't exist on Wednesdays because, well, you know, software from the 90s. So this Century is going to make all of our socketed cards even cheaper here, so we'll get to play this out, and then I'll get to play this Runir out as a 1 cost here, which is fantastic. The Hero Fall, this Runir Hierophant, that's not the end of the world because then these Animuses are more likely to live here. Gemborn's kind of a deal. Oh, jeez. Okay, Gemborn gains the socketed powers of this too, so their Gemborn is now Swift Strike double damage. That's gross. That's really gross. Alright, I think I have to roll the dice on a Hero Fall happening here. Like I don't really have a lot else going on. Well, I guess like the fact that I don't have a lot else going on is maybe less of a reason to just shove here, but like if they don't kill this, I get to play the second one out and then just kind of go crazy. Pool of Wrath, sure. So Animus says every time we play a socketed card, all of our socketed cards in all zones get larger. So when we play this Animus, this will trigger, and then the next one will get 2 bigger. So let's go ahead and play this Animus out. All of my socketed cards get +1. Even the ones in my deck are bigger now. Let's go ahead and play this random 2-1 out, I think. This has lethal, so I'm not going to attack into it because these Animuses are much more valuable just like sitting here generating triggers as we draw more socketed cards. Excuse me. That's pretty good. So every time, this is going to conscript 2 things a turn, and this will get bigger every turn. That's a bit of a tilt. I guess I'm going to empower this. Huh. I guess I can just Fire Strike that. Yeah, that's probably worth. This thing's going to get kind of large. Play this up next turn. Again, just like, if we draw any socketed card we can play out here before they kill these, all of our socketed cards across our entire deck will be +3/+3 permanently, which will be pretty tough for them to keep up with as we go along. Yep. Can I just like draw a socketed thing, please? Dark Heart would be great. So we continue to flood and die. Understood. I guess, like, our opponent doesn't have a lot going on, right? Like, our animuses are living here. I just really wish we could get... So this creates 2 random chants, which includes chants that we won't have the thresholds to play, so... That's really good. So there's a lot of eggs in our deck now. God, why, Hex? Why? This thing keeps getting too larger every turn. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Well, if we block... Well, actually, if we block this, they draw the top card of our deck. There's a lot of spiders in my deck, so block. Damn it. My gamble did not pay off. Watch them, like, have drawn a total bomb out of our deck. You drew a resource. Good. God, that was such a good block. Yeah, and we drew another one. Tilt. I wonder what they keep holding up. They keep holding up removal or something. Like, they're not playing out their second... Like, they didn't play out Moonerai Sharpshooter, which, like, would have conscripted 2 more things for them. So it seems kind of odd not to have played it out. Weird. That's pretty good. Let's play that out, I guess. Am I gonna, like, champ power this and attack? Yeah, why not? Then if he blocks it with this, I can aspect to the squirrel it. And if he doesn't block it, like, you know, I'll just take 7. Yeah, right? Like, so what? I don't quite know what the deal is here. This thing's getting 4 larger every turn now, and they're getting 4 2/2s. Alright, they can now hero fall my stuff. Which is not good for us. Speedy X are getting 8, yep. Put 6 eggs in my deck. The way this is playing out, I feel like I want... an extra altar in my deck. Just, like, grind a little bit. All my socketed cards got a little larger there because we finally drew another socketed card. Wait. Do these trigger off each other? How does that work? So, like, do each of these... I'm not actually sure how this works. Gods with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Larynx Punchworthy with the 15-month resubscription. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. I'm not sure why my Pikachus are slacking today. It's a little annoying. Come back, Pikachus! Come back! Hopefully they draw a spider. God! Just 2 for 2 on not drawing spiders. They drew a shard, though. God bless. God bless. God bless us, everyone. Man. You're just, like, running like ice here. Hey, let me load up my Streamlabs and try a test alert here. Yeah, huh. My Streamlabs just isn't working at all. Yeah, right. Flooding so hard even though drawing our shards. I mean, I assume we just can't win anymore, right? Like, there's just no way. Like, we're not attacking through these things. I guess if we draw, like, running Dark Hearts, right? And, like, they keep not attacking with these. They have, like, Therod's activations every turn for the rest of the game. AML Quick with the 2-month Twitch Prime resubscription. I am very sorry. My alerts are not working. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome back. Nothing on my Twitch alerts appears to be working. We get a couple more idiots in my crypt here. We could scrounge this aspect of the squirrel, which could maybe, you know? Maybe. Am I quick? Reset. Right, am I quick? Right, we've been over this one, too. Am I quick? AML quick. Ooh, an altar rolls in. Yep. Ooh, an altar of Nolzan. Oh, this is kind of sweet. If I aspect on their turn, this will draw another card on their turn. So that's kind of hot. All right, I just need to like live through. I need to like live through the next turn or two, and like maybe if we could snowball this, we could get some stuff going here. I don't know that we're gonna be able to live through the next turn or two though, honestly. Even manually launching the alert box isn't working. Must just be Fubard. Yep. What a strange game. We got a little bit flooded, but our opponent didn't actually kill us. There are so many eggs in my deck right now. This thing makes so many venom. Oh, geez, that's pretty good. So we're just gonna go chump on the big two here. We're only attacking with one of them. Alright, chump that one. Then block. Oh wait, this can block here. And this can block here. Deal. That's fine for us. We're gonna have to... a lot of eggs. Alright, exactly like this. Play this guy out, make all of our idiots larger. Play this guy out, make all of our idiots larger. It's a shame we're now dead on board to these spiders. Because if we weren't dead on board to these spiders, we'd be able to possibly kill them this turn. Alright. Attack with the squad, hope for the best. If this Runeer, if we would have had a Runeer in play, we probably would have been able to win this. Alright, so they blocked like that. Can we kill them here? I feel like we might be able to kill them here. So I go Aspect, voiding these three. Yeah, if I get another Crush on here, we can actually kill them, I think. Because of how they blocked here. We get a random aspect that also has Crush on it. Yep, so what? That's pretty great. So this is 20 and this is 19 and they both have Crush. Alright, I feel like the opponent could have killed us a lot sooner in this game, so thoroughly punished for their sequencing and all things considered. Starting off with a win. Opponent gave us too long to draw out of it. We did draw out of it. I said the Animuses were going to be crazy, right? Both of those aspects were like plus 8 power, basically. Love to go first. This hand's a little slow, but fine. Blamsmith into Runeer. Have I mentioned Aspect of the Squirrel is one of my favorite cards? I feel like I haven't mentioned that. Our opponent is playing Empress. This matchup's a little bit hard game one. If they hit, we're not particularly good at interacting with the Empress lock. That being said, we do have a Darkheart in our opener, so that could definitely leverage some for us. And like having Runeer on 3 is also particularly good, so let's be pretty aggressive. No turn 2 plays. Excellent for us. Magic Online said no one's allowed to play it today yet, so, you know. I needed a ladder and a Hex anyways. I was going to do Magic into Hex, but it's looking like we're going to do Hex into Magic. We'll also see how long I'm able to keep talking for. I'm a little bit congested. Damn Plague Children. Opponent missed their shard drop. Okay. Well, continuing the list of things that are good for us. Let's stack with both of these. Play this out and pass. How much is this deck online? The Runeers are a little bit expensive. I think the Runeers are like... This deck's probably like 120 to 150. Runeers and Darkhearts are the two expensive cards. Like I believe Runeers are somewhere in the $15 range and Darkhearts are somewhere in the $10 range. Against Empress, we want the Gale Forces. We want the Ruby's Favors. We want the extra Darkheart in my deck. Let's put... These have them Skyguard and Impulse. Crush on this dork. Cut an Animus. Put Conjuration on this one. Okay, so Aspect of the Squirrel is a little bit medium, and so is Blitz, since they have access to Transmogrifade. It's like a quick way for them to interact and interrupt our thing. Just like shaving these other Animuses? I think so. Yeah, I don't think I want to trim any of my removal or my acceleration, so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and trim the Animuses. I feel like usually we're going to be winning with Runeer, Hierophant, or Darkheart Beatdown. This hand's great. You get to play Sentry plus MC on 2, even though we have a slow shard. We've got Runeer after that. Hopefully, MC can find us a Dark Heart before we get locked out by an Empress. Hey, Alpaca Farm. I'm doing life is swell. I'm a little bit on the the cold side of things. My oldest son brought home the plague from preschool. Perfect. Let's just do this into this now. I don't think I'm going to make any changes from what I played last night, cousin. So, I feel like my opponent likely has a Transmogrifade. That's one of the reasons they'd keep their hand. So I'm going to go ahead and play MC first instead of leading on the Lunar Hierophant. Oh, look at that. It's alive early. Boot my VM up and get it updating. Another MC. Oh, that's not exactly what we want. Attack with this guy, gain a permanent resource and a temporary one. Real shame we don't have a place there to salvage them. We'll play this Runir Hierophant out and probably cycle this Iotachi coin. See if we're getting catted this turn or not. Whoa, no fourth resource again. Sweet. Sign me up. That was my VM that played over the background. Perfect. Dark Heart. Another Dark Heart. Sign me up. So, I'm going to activate my champion power on this Runir Hierophant with the hope that my opponent spends their only Transmogrifade killing this Runir Hierophant, and then my Dark Heart gets to stick. So, hopefully that's their only Transmogrifade. The Empress lock is when they have 5 Sapphire thresholds, when they have 5 Sapphire thresholds, my troops won't ready. Don't have another one. Sweet. So, Dark Heart says, at the beginning of each player's turn, they have to sacrifice a non-socketed card, so my opponent had to lose their only troop there to my Dark Heart. There's the Empress. So, if they have... Okay, and they have this, so this says they get to exhaust something, so they get to exhaust my Dark Heart here, and then they'll make another one here, which means they then have 5 Sapphire thresholds, so none of my troops are going to ready anymore. Thankfully, my Dark Heart's going to make them sacrifice this Empress when we get back to their turn, but I am locked out for a turn here. Dark Heart is definitely one of our better cards in this matchup. We have to sacrifice an unsocketed card each turn as well. I'm just going to go ahead and play this next Dark Heart out here, be kind of resource efficient. I guess I could have played the BuzzTech Innovator. That's fine. They're going to lose their Empress here now. Copycat. Okay, so this is probably going to copy a Dark Heart, I assume, here. This costs them 0 resources, but they have to have 5 Sapphire resources to play it. They'll copy something when it comes into play. Sure, leave a Dark Heart. Sure. So this is going to die when we pass back to their turn. We're going to lose our Sentry of Nulzan here. Draw another card. So you're my Aspect of the Squirrel. I shouldn't have played that resource because these are both going to draw me cards here in half a second. If they draw a resource. Okay, they did not draw a resource. That's fine. Whatever they block here, I'll Aspect of the Squirrel. Yeah, I guess it's fine if they eat the MC, right? I can scrounge this, targeting this. So I'm going to eat their Dark Heart, and then they're going to lose their commander prompt to... I guess I scrounged it, so I could have saved my MC2. That's fine. I'm just going to go Sentry into second MC into third Dark Heart here. It's fine. Opponent should be pretty dead here. We'll sacrifice our sentry again here, but like we really don't care about that. Dread End. Usually the Empress decks don't play Dread End, so I don't think it's particularly worth playing around. I could just scrounge the Buzztech Innovator here. It doesn't seem particularly awful. Get in for 6 in the air, plus all of my attacks here on the ground. Means we're probably going to have to discard some of these cards that we draw extra here, but you know, Spilt Milk just concedes, because they are very dead. God bless. Cthulhu. Play a third one for posterity's sake. It is alive. Oh, where's my VM at? It is alive. I want to play one more match with the MC deck, and then maybe we'll play some elves. New MTG set out. No, not recently. So, these resources say that they only give us one of our thresholds if we already have one of our 2 thresholds. So, this hand's very good. We're on the play, though. If we're on the draw, I might keep this, just because, like, we could technically Sentry into MC with this hand. And if we had 2 shots at one of a thresholded resource, technically 3, right? Because like if we played this as a shardless on one, and then like had another one, yeah, I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Yeah, let's be disciplined in mulligan. I say it's like worse, but like it can play its cards, right? It has thresholds. Opponent is playing Bishop Elijah, which for 4 charges returns a troops that cost 2 or less from their crypt to their hand. Century of Nulzan. Oddly enough, drawing this mana dork on turn 2 is not that big of a deal because it starts reducing the cost of things right away, so we get to still play MC on 2 and play the Sentry out, so okay timing still. So the problem with Magic's new standard set is that we don't actually know if it's good or not because the cards in it are being completely overshadowed by busted, obnoxious cards that got printed that probably shouldn't exist from the previous set. I'm just gonna play the Animus here. Their deck, the deck my opponent's playing generally doesn't play a ton of removal, so like since they already spent a Decree of Banishing on my MC, there's probably a pretty good chance that like this Animus is going to get to survive a turn, and if it does, then we're going to get to like play Riftwarp Badger or even Aspect of the Squirrel and start powering up all of our socketed cards. Runier. Skyguard, Steadfast. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Should I attack and offer this trade? I feel like I should. And then if they take it, I just Aspect of the Squirrel them. Riftwarp Badger, which makes all my socketed cards bigger. Scion of Golzane deals double damage. Sweet. I'll make all my other socketed cards bigger again. Okay, so the Ruiner keeps getting larger here. They offer that trade like I'm 10 out of 10 taking that, right? Alright, I'm going to start by attacking with just Riftwarp Badger because it draws a card when it attacks that I have to play this turn. With your resource, sweet. And if they block this, I can Aspect of the Scroll and potentially blow them out here, depending on how they block. Bob and Cheese with the 5-month resubscription. I'm really sorry, Twitch Alerts is down today and you don't get a Pikachu. I don't know why it's not working. I'm very sad too. Thank you for the continued support. Almost to that diamond gem. When your sparkle caps are 5/4s, you know? Like, we bury these other, like, mid-range troop decks whenever Animus gets a trigger once or twice, and, like, I don't think I've ever lost a game where it's triggered 3 or more times. It's pretty obnoxious. This is a pretty good engine for my opponent if they can find something that generates a lot of Valors, but, like, my idiots are getting very large very quickly. Why did I even hit the button? I don't understand. Why did I let you know? Ruinier in the Ardent deck is interesting. The Anthem on it is real good. Would you like to come in? That makes another Valor for him. Plays Wild Shard out. What do I want to do? I feel like I'm just like Valoring this Riftwarp Badger and attacking. Maybe I'm gonna Valor this Riftwarp Badger, and then I'm gonna Champ Power the Scion of Nulzan. And actually, we might just be able to kill them with this Aspect of the Squirrel plus the Scion, depending on how they block here, because this is dealing double damage. So like, you know, I just like cracking with the squad here. I feel like I'm cracking with the squad here. Yeah, let's do it. Unfortunately, we're 1 resource shy of Pyre Strike plus Aspect here. So we can give this +4, which means this is attacking for 26 right now, basically. And they're at 14. They should just be dead here. This has Life Drain, and this has Life Drain. So, like, that's like 19. And then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I guess they technically have, like, 34 points of life to play with, depending on how they stack blockers here, but I think they're definitely going to end poorly for them. And this Aspect pumps all of my socketed cards by 1/1 because of my Animus as well, so. You wanna come sit by Dad?
Yeah.
Yep. Ah, Dad loves Jacob. Can you say hi, Jake? Hi. Alright, so they put enough in front of here to potentially kill it, so they're probably going to be a little bit sad when they don't kill it, and then everything else gets larger too, so all the other blocks get messed up. Man, Aspect of the Squirrel is such a messed up card. Have I mentioned what a messed up card Aspect of the Squirrel is lately? God, that card is great. Alright, so what is my opponent doing here? Dark Heart seems fantastic. You want to watch a train show instead of Bob the Builder? Yeah, you want to watch a train show? Okay, let Dad finish sideboarding. And then we will put on the train show.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh
no!
I think Blitz is worth a trim. I feel like this matchup's pretty good for us at average. Like I don't really have a lot to do here. I think I'm just swapping out the Blitz for this. Okay, I got it. Dad's done reserving. Get it? We want the trains. We're all about the trains. No more of this Bob the Builder nonsense. Put the trains on the TV. . This hand's a little mediocre. It's kind of hard to mulligan a hand with Sentry on one, though. Like, this card just, like, makes everything in our deck so much better. It's also, like, good at blocking, like, their quick power guys. Drawing another resource is not the business we're looking to be in. Ruinier Hierophant. Fire Strike, sure. Beats drawing another shard, I guess. Sure. Fire Strike voiding the thing it hits is pretty big game here, because it's going to be able to void this Daughter of the Poet, so they can't get it back with Elijah. Pesky Pappet. I'll hold on to that one for now. Hey, Deveron with the 9-month free subscription. 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. I'm sorry, Twitch Alerts is dead today. So I don't actually have a Magic schedule just yet. I'm gonna work on... So now I have to decide here, do I want to void this with the Fire Strike, or do I want to void this? They don't have a lot of Valor producers just yet, so I think I want to just void the Daughter of the Poet, as opposed to stopping this from going wide. This could be a mistake, though. Especially with double Howling Plains Alpha here. Could definitely be a mistake. Alright, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to play MC out here, and then I think I'm just going to go ahead and hold this aspect of the Squirrel up so I can block something as a surprise in this next combat. That's gross. I think they're out of Valors, though, right? Come on, attack me. Deal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to aspect of the Squirrel. Huh. I'm going to aspect to MC. Go big or go home. And then this can eat this, and this can block this, and we'll take 7. Don't have Pride's Fall. Oh, God, what a... Yep, alright, we're dead. Should have played around that, I guess. I guess even if they do that to the Sentry, though, we're still pretty dead there. I think I want Cremate. I'm just going to go ahead and click Submit. That's fair, Bob. It's fair. I was also, like, cutting them off of dealing damage that turn, too, which wasn't completely irrelevant. Seems kind of slow. Just like draw a bunch of dark hearts and die. You've got how many resources in our deck? 12, 25. It's probably the low end of keepable. I'd feel better if we're on the draw with this hand for sure. Ding! Just want to draw resources for the first couple turns with this hand, 10 out of 10. Want to curve into these Animuses and then go super wide with them and tall like we did in the first game. 10 out of 10 taking the straight here. They've got a lot of Valor producers in their deck, and this card can go kind of obnoxious, and I really don't care about this Blamsmith. I want to just keep their board clear. I think as the game goes long, we are firmly the one that's favored. Taker's Roost Bard, sure. Might not have any Valor producers, but that's fine. Probably Fire Strike whenever they play out here. Hopefully they play like a Crusader or Hero of Legend this turn so I can get good tempo on this Fire Strike. If they don't play anything, we're just going to strike this at their end step. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and strike the Sentry in response to this Howling Plains Alpha, because you can't respond to this Howling Plains Alpha generating a Valor, which means they'll have a chance to play it right away and draw a card immediately. Well, it's a good thing we're not playing against a Hero Fall deck. Don't say it. It's a good thing. Decree of Banishing is going to be pretty brutal here. I say that was an aggressive attack, but that makes sense. They want to replay it so they can get another Valor on this, I suppose. Okay. Let's do this. Let's play this out. Big fan. Damn it, Matthew. Stop making me read stuff. Stop by to say I missed you. Usually they don't play Memorial. That's unfortunate for us. We're gonna get hit by that card at some point anyways, though, right? I mean, block here. Take 8. That's pretty brutal. Alright, so Sentry. I mean, I guess I'm just going Sentry into second Animus here, right? So they have 3 Valors in their hand right now. That's a beating, so they're going to draw a bunch of cards now here, too. Okay. We might lose with these Animuses here. They're going pretty wide here. This card, every time you Valor it, it copies itself. And this card, every time you play a Valor, you draw a card. So, it's pretty good. Even a dark card at this point might not pull us back into this game. I'm trying to think like what our sequence here is. If they hit like a Hero of Legend is pretty good. This lets them make all their Valorous troops indestructible when they attack. It also gives them Valors when they connect. Let's see how much they're willing to attack with here. I get to eat and trade with a lot of their guys, but like they're gonna get Valors to remake them, so it's like what's really like. Doing this and taking 9? Yeah, that feels real bad. We have a combat trick? We're pretty dead to a combat trick either way, I think. Oh, jeez. Good games, opponent. Pretty dead there. Alright. I think we're going to play some of the ugly digital card games for a little while.